Trucker Curtis here. The top 5 pros and cons to regional truck driving. Let's talk about it. Starting off with the pros. Pro number 1, when it comes to regional truck driving, that tops my list on the pro side is how close you are to home. It's pretty awesome because you don't have to travel too far away from home. For example, the company I work for, we only travel to 4 different states: Montana, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. Any given time, you're pretty close to home. So if you have a family emergency, it's not going to take you too long to get home. And usually the most time that you're going to be out is probably about 2 nights. And that's a good run, about 1,600 miles. And speaking of miles, pro number 2 would have to be miles. And even though I'm a regional truck driver, our company gives us plenty of opportunities to put in lots of miles throughout the week. On average, as a regional truck driver, from my experience, of course, you can average about 2,800 miles a week. I know as an OTR, you might put in a little bit more than that. You know, it's a little bit easier to rack up the miles, you can say. But still, 2,800 miles as a regional truck driver, you're still going to get a pretty decent paycheck. Now, if you're looking to learn more about regional truck driving pay, the first pinned comment in the description below, you can check that video out. Becoming more familiar with your route and the different highways is pro number 3. Why is that a big pro? Because I find it important when you drive down the road and you hit a pothole just like that. I'm not familiar with this road. However, just small things like that, you know, you get to learn the roads, the back roads. So if there's any major accident, you already know the back roads you can take to avoid that. Especially in the wintertime, it's pretty handy because they do shut down I-90 a lot. So, I mean, you can go around. It's a little bit longer, but still you get to go around. You know, maybe you wouldn't know that if you weren't usually running that route, which can cause you to sit there until they open the highway for a day or 2, just depending, like they had to do last winter. And speaking of winter, it's also a benefit that you do get to know your highways, because in the wintertime, as you can imagine, the mountains are pretty bad. Snow-packed mountains, throwing chains, not fun. Pro number 4, you will not, and I'm speaking from my experience again, you will not have to take a shower and worry about any of that stuff. Where am I going to take a shower? How are you going to wash your clothes and stuff like that? You don't have to take showers out here on the road. Yes, you get to spend the night in your sleeper, but at most, you're gone for 2 nights, you know. Yeah, you feel nasty, you know, after the first night and not taking a shower, if you're used to taking showers like me every day. But going 1 day without a shower, not really a big deal. You know, bring some wipes or whatever. I definitely carry, you know, toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant, all the essentials that you need. A case of water, lots of food. So that's definitely a pro, not having to worry or stress out about the shower situation. And I think showers cost money out here. I don't really know. Let me know in the comments down below if it does cost money to take a shower. If so, how much does it cost? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments down below. I kind of threw in pro number 5, the last pro, which is the food situation. You don't really have to rely on eating fast food out here. Even as an OTR driver, really, or just as a truck driver period, you shouldn't have to rely on truck stop food, fast food. You know, the Subways, the McDonald's, the Arby's out there. You should always have your own cooler, pack your own lunch to stay healthy out here. It's easier to stay in shape because you're not on the road for days, weeks, months, even years at a time. So we talked about the top 5 pros to regional truck driving. Now let's talk about the top 5 cons to regional truck driving. Question, do you like slip seating? Con number 1, slip seating. Basically, slip seating is when more than one driver is using your tractor. It's not uncommon for more than 5 different people to use the same tractor. So as you can imagine, if they're not cleaning out your tractor, It can get pretty nasty at times, especially the steering wheel, the LED, pretty much all the touch points can get really nasty. So that's why slip seating can be a con when it comes to regional truck driving. However, on the bright side of things, when you become an assigned driver, you do get to keep your tractor, unless of course it breaks down and you're using someone else's, or if you go on vacation, then someone else is going to use your tractor. But when you're just starting off, you're not usually going to get assigned right away. So therefore, you can expect a slip seat while you're a new driver. Until you get a little bit of seniority under your belt and you finally bid on a route, then you will also be assigned a tractor. Some companies is different. I'm thankful that our company, we have enough tractors to be assigned to people, but you might not get so lucky with other companies out there. Therefore, you might be caught slip seating. And jumping into con number 2, it's hard sometimes seeing the same thing over and over and over as a regional truck driver, being stuck in a particular geographical area. If you're the person that don't like to see the same thing over and over and over again, because as you can see, you're regional. So, you know, you're seeing the same thing over and over again. But I got good news for you. If you're looking to go all over the country, you can go OTR. But if you don't mind seeing the same thing over, you know, being close to home, all that stuff, then, you know, regional can be good for you. I personally don't mind. That's why I'm a regional truck driver. Definitely more benefits to seeing the same thing over and over again, especially the stores, because, you know, you get familiar with your customers, you get to learn their names and how they operate. And, you know, sometimes they'll unload you early, get you out of there, get you back home. So I don't mind. All about relationships. That kind of blends in with con number 3, pretty much talking about the scheduling, how you're seeing the same thing over and over again. Your schedule, as an unassigned driver, you're not going to have a steady schedule. So you're going to be leaving, you know, sometimes in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning, just depending really what route you get. Every company is different. I can't stress that enough to you. So don't get discouraged if you're looking to become a regional truck driver. It can be hard, especially if you have a family, although you're only gone for up to 2 nights sometimes. But other companies, you're gone a week. You know, I don't know about you, but me personally, I would not want to be gone longer than 2 to 3 days. Unless it's a special occasion and our company asks us to drive really far, then in that case, please pick me. Just want to give you a heads up. These are my personal pros and cons to regional truck driving. Everyone's experience will be different. Job security. There are tons of regional truck driving companies out here that are looking for new drivers and experienced drivers. So if you're looking for a regional truck driving company, I don't think you have to look too far or too hard, because there's always regional truck driving companies looking to hire new truck drivers and experienced truck drivers just like you.